So guess what I learned the other day while I was messing around with Fury of the God Shazam in League raids? Yep, turns out his super move actually bypasses the damage cap. So I was fighting Hellboy, and I was just messing around, and I knew that for tier 10 League raids, the bosses have, like, a damage cap of they can only take 15 million per instance of damage, and I did 160 mil, and I'm like, ooh, I think Fury of the God Shazam's super move might bypass damage cap. Because I was like, wouldn't it be cool to play Fury of the God Shazam versus Black Adam? You know, actually have the rivals fight each other? And then I was like, oh, but Black Adam's got a damage cap. I don't think it's going to work. So I tested it out in League raids where it really didn't matter. And I'm like, oh, it bypasses the damage cap. And I'm like, I'm going to use them against Black Adam. So did I just risk, like, Killer Frost, who is, like, the best counter to Black Adam because of the permanent freeze and the power reduction? Did I just risk, like, my fight with her today to try and see if I could do something cool versus Black Adam? Yes. Yes, I did. This is very stupid. Don't do it. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Killer Frost is probably the best, like, support character to have on your team when it comes to fighting Black Adam. But at the same time, I don't think something like this is possible without Gemstone, at least for Fury of the God Shazam. When it comes to Scorpion, when it comes to DC Universe Superman, when it comes to Beast Boy, all of those characters can do fine enough with their respective artifacts versus Ruler of Kahndaq Black Adam. So DC Universe Superman, Twin Blade, Puppet Beast Boy, Puppet Scorpion, Crown Scorpion even. All of those are free-to-play options. Fury of the God Shazam is something that you can use against Ruler of Kahndaq Black Adam, but it's not a really free-to-play friendly option. The reason that this is possible is because I have Gemstone. Because what Gemstone is doing is, of course, it's giving me the insane amount of damage, but it's also giving me additional hits on my combo. So you can see that every time I land a hit, I'm doing, like, anywhere from 3 to 4 instead of the usual 1 to 2. And that's because of, like, the Gemstone synergy, where it gives you extra hits on combo, because you have to build combo to keep Gemstone up. But Shazam also benefits because he stacks his stuff by building combo. So essentially, having Gemstone on my team not only guarantees I'm going to have enough damage to get rid of Black Adam, it also guarantees that I'll have enough combo to stack what I need. If you don't have Gemstone, I think it's still possible with this team. You'd probably use Fury of the God Shazam, Killer Frost, and then Classic Flash. And you would have Killer Frost die, Classic Flash die. Make sure that, you know, Fury of the God Shazam survives, hope he survives, and then you can get the guaranteed fast attack hits from Classic Flash, and then Killer Frost will keep Boss Black Adam permanently stunned. And she'll give you the damage boost too. But in that case, you'll be using Dark Metal cards as the free-to-play artifact. There's a lot more hassle that has to go into it, because you have to get 2 characters killed instead of just 1. And you don't know who's going to tag in because it's completely random. And then you're going to probably need more passive stats if you're running Dark Metal cards than you are if you're running Gemstone. Because Shazam with Gemstone can, like, one-shot with no gears with, like, relatively low passive stats. But there you go. Fury of the God Shazam one-shots Black Adam. Like, I could not believe that actually worked. I couldn't believe that things actually went well. I can't believe I stun resisted because I only have 36% stun resistance. Look, the talent system really sucks, alright, guys? But I was just, like, I was so glad it worked, and I was so glad that, you know, everything worked out fine. But, yeah. When it comes to Darkseid, I've used Batwoman the Drowned on him. I've used, sorry guys, my throat's dry. I've been trying to record this a couple times now. I've been trying to use a different team every time, essentially. So the first time was Batwoman the Drowned. The second time was DC Universe Superman plus Killer Frost. And now we have Scorpion with Gemstone. Now, you don't need Gemstone. Gemstone's going to make life way easier because you're just going to do way more damage. But I've also seen people use Crown to 1v1 Darkseid. You could probably use Crown on Scorpion as the damage-dealing artifact, and then use, like, Dr. Fate for power reduction, maybe Grodd for power generation. The idea is, like, pretty simple, though. You make sure that you get your one support character killed, and then have your damage dealer in the fight. I don't know how well Puppet Scorpion would do. It might work, but I haven't tried it. I don't have the passive stats to try it. It will definitely take more passive stats. One thing to note is that you probably want to exclusively do the special 2 in this fight. Scorpion's doing the majority of his damage with his, what's it called? His, like, hotspots. You know, the stuff on the ankle, the middle, the head. Like, that is doing most of the damage, more so than the hazard from the special 3. You just have to make sure the opponent is stun locked. And you're gonna really use Scorpion against, like, Darkseid and Black Adam in this solo raid. And luckily, both of them, like, they're not immune to stun or freeze, so you can use Killer Frost and you can use stun lock abilities. The only major thing to note is because I am using Gemstone here and Grodd, I never have to worry about power generation, so I'll always have enough power to go right into a special 2 to make sure that, you know, Darkseid never breaks the stun. But if you're using Crown, you want to be a little bit more careful, and you just want to make sure that you start a full combo just as the stun is about to run out, so that you can get a full combo in. But yeah, I mean, like, that's Darkseid. He's not too hard. I know a lot of people find him annoying and struggle with him, and he is definitely an annoying boss because of the, like, Darkseid AI, the Armor Pierce Special 1, the random Chaos Tagging, and the splash damage on top of that. He is an awful boss. But as long as you're a little bit careful, you should be relatively okay. And maybe I'm just speaking at, like, you know, I'm speaking without the credentials to do so, because, like, I have Gemstone, so I have the fortune of having more options than, you know, a free-to-play player would have. But yeah, I mean, like, for free-to-play options, DC Universe Superman plus Killer Frost plus Classic Flash is a great choice. If you have a higher amount of passive stats or a higher amount of star rating, DC Universe Superman and just Killer Frost is another solid choice. If you, I mean, you can also use Beast Boy, do the standard Beast Boy thing. The only thing I'm going to say with Beast Boy is, I think for the Darkseid fight specifically, it's better to use Dr. Fate to spam specials quicker than it is to use Manta. Arguably. Because if you have a high-level Puppet and a, like, high-star rating Beast Boy, you don't really have to worry too much about losing Puppet. But, you know, if you have a lower-level, like, Puppet or Beast Boy, then you probably really need Manta to keep up those, like, guaranteed negative effects. The problem is because Darkseid does splash damage, and Manta is the tankiest character in the game. I've mentioned this a couple of times, but he, you know, 300% extra health. It's very likely that by the time that your Darkseid actually kills Manta, your Beast Boy's basically going to be on 1 HP. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to hit, like, the weak spot for, like, Martian Manhunter, but, like, hey, whatever, you know. Like, I can't be bothered, man. I also just didn't know that was a mechanic. When they said weak spot, I just went, I just expected to start doing more damage. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, this is really just because I've got beef with this man. I one-shotted him with 2 seconds left one time using this team. I failed to one-shot one time using this team. And so this is the tiebreaker round. So I'm also using Gemstone on Raven because one of my commenters said, hey, if you use, like, Gemstone on Raven, you'll do more damage and you'll one-shot quicker. And I went, I don't really want to use Gemstone on Raven just because I think it's overkill, and really, if anything, it's more inconvenient keeping up both Darkness and Gemstone. But I'm like, you know, let's do it for fun. And, yeah, I mean, like, it goes well. I'm able to actually finish the job, but it was a little close. Martian Manhunter's a weird character just because he's one of the newer characters in the game. He was released like a couple years after they launched, so you know when they stopped really trying with the game. So like he's a little bit clunky to like fight against, in my opinion. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean that's just my personal experience with him. He's always felt a little bit like clunky. Yeah, but like I'm able to one-shot him, and Raiden's like Raiden can combo interrupt just about anyone in the game. So I think the only exception I can think of is White Canary. So anyway, Manta's not that hard of a boss. He just does a lot of damage. You just got to be a little careful with him. But I went, you know what? I've used Twin Blade EPI a lot. Let me use Twin Blade Harley. I'm also missing Harley's gloves because, you know, the League of Anarchy gear chest hasn't been seen for centuries. I think the last time that it actually showed up, and the last time I bought it was the... what's it called? The Labor Day sale last year, so 2024. Also, can we talk about how much of a scam the Labor Day sale this year was? I'm pretty sure they just put gear material on sale. They didn't even put any character chest on sale. But yeah, I mean, like, Gemstone League of Anarchy is ridiculous. Harley or EPI, or even Joker, probably. I haven't used Joker. I might try him next time, just for fun. And I actually got to kill Manta with the Predator Batman tag in, which was pretty cool. So here we have Beast Boy with Gemstone, because I'm just like, as long as I make it to Black Adam today, I'm going to be happy. And I'm just kind of tired of playing, like, Puppet Beast Boy. It's like, everybody knows Puppet Beast Boy is kind of good. Arguably the best, like, character for solo raids in the entire game. But I can't say it's, like, super entertaining for me to play or for you guys to watch. So I went, alright, we're using Gemstone Beast Boy today. And, I was just like, last time I used Gemstone Beast Boy, I used Grodd and Killer Frost. So Grodd was going to help me power generate, and Killer Frost was just there because the extra damage boost was just kind of funny, because it was so overkill. But I was like, alright, let me actually try to, you know, play Gemstone Beast Boy without having Grodd, or without Killer Frost. And I went, so I'm going to give him the lethal damage from Brainiac. Manta's really there just to help the Puppet, like the lethal stacking with Brainiac, because I can activate Puppet and just spam specials. There I actually think I make a mistake. I don't think I should have gone for the super move right away. So my plan was just to rely on the Beast Boy power refund, because what was I gonna say? I forgot, guys. It's been a long day, but yeah, my plan was to rely on the Beast Boy power refund to power generate, because Beast Boy really like, he really benefits from being able to spam specials in quick succession. And so I was like, alright, let's just hope that the power refund chance, you know, is actually reliable. And it's not. It's useless. It is absolutely pathetic. You want to know what's worse? I have my Beast Boy at 7 stars. You know what the percentage chance for a power refund is? It's 50%. I checked after the fight. 50%! I might have power refund once. You guys could count the amount of times I power refunded. Look, the last 3 specials, no power refund. And I'm just like, all right, Manta, you're gonna. I'm gonna rely on you to, like, power steal here. And I'm like, oh, finally, a power refund. I also can't see my gemstone stacks either. I'm like, oh, great. I got 1 power refund, and then I immediately don't get it. And I'm just, like, relying on the Manta power steal, because he actually power steals from the dot values, which is quite useful. So here I'm just trying to delay him from using specials by like trying to extend the combo. And I'm pretty sure I've lost Gemstone just because I didn't get the power refund and I had to wait out his special animation. But yeah, like, this is a terrible idea. Like, this is not something you do for damage. Look at that! 50%! 50%! I think I got 1 power refund in 6 specials. I'm just like, alright, can we do it again? No. It's like 1 power refund in 7 specials. 50% chance. You know, this is what I get for having the stun resist on 36% chance. And it's a trade-off I'm happy to make. Because, like, I was like, oh, I'm about to get stunned by Black Adam. And I didn't. I actually didn't get stunned by Black Adam, thankfully. But, like, look at what it cost, man. 50% chance of power refund. I think I did, like, maybe 10 specials in that fight. I got, like, 2 power refunds. So, I went, alright, who are we going to use to clean up here? And I went, 500 mils a bit high for the multiverse team. I think it's a bit high for Mr. Freeze as well. I went, Silver Banshee time. I tried to clean up with Silver Banshee versus Captain Cold previously. It didn't work. He's got crit resistance. I was just like, I'm just going to hope that I do enough damage even with the crit resistance. I did not. So I went, alright, Silver Banshee's got to get some kind of redemption here. So Black Adam is going to help me activate Puppet. He's also going to do a little bit of percentage health damage. A little. It is kind of a understatement. It's 40% percentage health damage. I have him at 7 stars. And then Banshee's going to come in, spam a couple specials, build a buffer of negative effects, and I'm just going to cycle between spamming Puppet with Silver Banshee and stacking the Girl of Steel damage buff. Hit the super move, and tag in the Girl of Steel. I was like, alright, the Black Adam effect expired. I wonder if I'm going to lose Puppet here, and luckily I don't. The other nice thing about Girl of Steel is that she also applies a couple of, like, debuffs temporarily for herself, like from her specials, which gives me a little bit of extra time to start spamming specials with Silver Banshee before the timer of the Puppet runs out. And tag in Girl of Steel, do the special, what, 3, I believe? Yes. And I was like, alright, if she dies here, hey, look, 300% damage buff, I'll be happy. Black Adam could have died. I just don't like tagging in Black Adam to tank super move because he power drains when he tags in. Silver Banshee literally could not die. That was literally the whole plan. And yeah, there we go. 400% damage buff, so Girl of Steel has done her job. And we're up to like 13, 16, 11k per special, depending on like hitting a crit and a lethal. And, you know, how many abilities are disabled. I don't know if he only has 2 abilities, by the way. Because I know his abilities cost 3, 4, and 7. But I don't know why he's missing that, that's, like, second special. It might be because that's the one you do percentage health with, and it could heal him. But yeah, build a little bit of combo there for a, like, full disable, full combo special. Almost 50 mil. Pretty cool. And spam Puppet a couple more times, and there he goes. Silver Banshee with the cleanup fight. Been a while since I've used her. She's a decent damage dealer, but she's not in the top 7 free-to-play teams anymore. Absolutely not. Alright guys, we have officially made it to the most interesting fight in the entire video. Batwoman the Drowned, everybody. I mean, like, we all love Batwoman the Drowned. She's, like, everybody's go-to, like, reliable character. Not particularly excited to watch, but we're glad that she exists in the game because, you know, you can get rid of annoying bosses. Captain Cold's dot immune. He's got crit, like, resistance. There's no reason to make life harder for myself when I don't have to. So I'm just going to throw Batwoman the Drowned at him. As for how life's looking right now, I'm still in the middle of midterm season. I had one earlier today. This should be going up, like, the same day I record it, so... 29 out of 30, that was the class high, and it was the only question I got wrong was the one that, like, half the class got wrong. So we're getting bumped there. So that's cool. And then I have to, like, prep time over the weekend, study for my final thing on Monday, and after I make it past that, I'll be able to relax for a little bit until we get to midterm season. Final season. You guys can tell I'm like kind of tired. Also, yeah, thank you, some iCloud data. I really appreciate you having to tell me twice. Anyway, yeah, I'm almost there, so I'm holding out for just a couple more days. I will probably be able to put up videos over the weekend. I don't have classes on Friday. I schedule myself that way. But I can't promise I'll be able to pull off 2 videos a day, which I have sometimes been able to do in the past. But yeah, it's looking like 1 video a day for like this weekend. But yeah, something I do want to tease and ask you guys input about is one of the things I have, because I'm a music production major, is songwriting, and I wrote a like instrumental piece that is comic book like related. It's inspired by the Fortress of Solitude, and I was wondering if you guys would be interested. So this is your little like teaser for making it this far in the video. So let me know in the comments. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in another one. Bye.